Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says, what is the lateral surface area of the rectangular prism in square meters? Record your answer and fill in the bubbles in the grid below. Be sure to use the correct place value. Okay, so what is it that I need to find? I need to find the lateral surface area. Okay, and the shape that we're going to be dealing with is a rectangular prism. Okay, so we have done prisms before, and I know what you're thinking, is that the same formula that we used before? And hopefully you remember what formula is that. So for lateral, again, it's going to be the shorter formula. Okay, so that one is just S equals P times H, where P is the perimeter of the base and the height is the distance between the two bases. Okay, so let's go ahead and find out what perimeter are we going to be looking for over here. So we're going to be looking for the perimeter of my base. Okay, so what kind of base do I have? We have a rectangle. Okay, so what I want to do next is, remember, perimeter means the distance around the base. So there's my base. So I am going to highlight my four sides. And that will be my measurements that I am going to use. Now remember that there's always an opposite base that should be congruent to that. Okay, and we're going to highlight that one just in case that they have a number that is needed. Okay, but no, there's no number on the top base. All my numbers are on the bottom base. Okay, now what about 16.8? That number is not in the shaded section, right? That number is actually the line that connects both of my bases. So therefore, this is your height. That's how tall that 3D figure is. Is that right? So this is my height. Okay, 8.2 is the length and 2.3 is my width. Okay, so if I want to find the perimeter for that, I can do something real simple. I can just add up all the numbers that are on my highlighted green section. Okay, now one mistake that I've seen on the students is they think they are going to add only 8.2 plus 2.3. But no, that's only two sides. Okay, so either you add them up and multiply by 2, or you can follow this short formula that we have before for perimeter. It's going to be twice the length plus twice the width. So I will replace the length as 8.2 meters and my width is 2.3 meters. Okay, if you input all that in the calculator, you don't need to do one at a time. You can just give me one complete answer. You will get 21 meters as an answer. And of course, like I said, that will be everything. Okay, the multiplication of 2 times 8.2 and the multiplication of 2 times 2.3. And of course, you need to add them up. Okay, so that's my perimeter. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight the answer that I got, because now I am gonna come back to my formula. And do you see where the P is? That's what I'm gonna replace it with, 21. Okay, so let's do it. So this is S equals 21 meters times the height. Now remember, we identified the height earlier, and that is 16.8 meters. Okay, so this is my perimeter. And again, perimeter is just for the base. Okay, this is my height, and of course that is 16.8. Okay, so what you need to do next is you multiply 21 times 16.8, and we're gonna get surface area equals 352.8 square meters. Okay, now remember that this 352.8, it's just that lateral. Okay, if you want to write it down, you can write it down, but this is just lateral. This is not total. Okay, because the question is asking me just for lateral. So let's write down the answers that I got in my grid over here. So my gridable is going to read something like 352.8. Okay, it is positive. So remember, my advice is, even though it's not needed, right, we always write down my either positive or negative, and we're gonna fill in the bubble. So that's a 3, 5, and 2. There is my decimal already there, and this is 8. So the question now is this: what do I do with that empty space? Do I need to put anything? You don't need to write anything. If you leave it like that, it will still be counted correctly. If you want to, you can add up a 0. It's up to you. Okay, but it's not needed.